Now we will go to the next category. So far we have seen four kinds of a sanyuktaksharam. When the first one, the first letter is written in half, second letter is written in full. The second kind, wherein both the letters are written in full and one below the other. The third one, wherein the first letter is written in full and the second letter is written in half in a off positioned way, etc. The fourth one related to repha. One, if repha occurs as the first consonant in the sanyuktakshara, it is written as arka, and then if it is occurring at the second one, then it will be a slanting line below the letter. These four categories we have discussed. Now these combinations, a few more combinations which we are seeing now, will be represented as a new symbol itself. It is a new symbol that will be representing it with, and if you see closely, neither of the first consonant or the second consonant is part of the final letter or the way we depict the sanyuktaksharam. So one such example, the first one is k, sh. The second one in sh, sh, sa. Okay. So ksha, aksharam, pakshi. This how this is written and pronounced. Even from the first class, we are seeing this Samyuktaksharani or Gunitaksharani. Everywhere this letter Sha is seen, and this is a special letter or with respect to the symbol, and it's a combination of Kakara and Shakara. Please make a note of this. Similarly, the next one is T, R, Tr, Patram, Kshetram. In this you can see both these new symbols which are there. We'll go to the one more example. Similarly, this one is J plus Cha Cha Ja Ja Nya, the fifth letter of the Chavarga. This forms together to form this letter, which is Gnya, Jnanam, whatever is there, Agnya, Kshetrajnaha, and similarly Jnanam. That Gnya is a combination of Jakara and Nyakara, which is the fifth letter of the Chavarga. So make note of these three letters, write it as well. How to write, I will just show for these three letters because it would be a bit different than what we have written so far. So for Ksha, it's again like this, first standing line, and then you start from here, a notch or a loop, and then here like this. This will be the Ksha. Tra is simple, straightforward. So this is written in one stroke. If you see closely, this can be similar to, you have Takara and then you have written Ra, that is Ra as a Sanyuktaksharam, which is a slanting line. A bit change, a modification of that same thing is what is this. That's how you can visualize for Tra. And this is for Gnya is, however, while writing, we sometimes write this way only, or sometimes we may also write it with like a 5. This also is Gnya. So this is how it is written. Please make note of this. So in this example, you can see all three special characters are used. Kshetrajnaha, Kshetrajnaha. Hope this part is clear. Make a note of this. We'll go to the next slide. So similarly, there is also a few more examples which with respect to the font in Sanskritam for the computer, we will have special symbols in some cases. One is T plus T, Ta, which is Uttaram Bhittihi. If you see closely, one Ta is written correctly in the same way, and instead of the other Ta, just one line, a horizontal line is introduced. So this depicts that there are two takaras, Uttaram Bhittihi. Make note of these points. And next is K, T, T. In font, we get this special character, which resembles, right, like for the first one, a takara is there with one line. And here, if you see, there is the again, but a half portion of ka towards the right. But this way, while writing, we will not write usually in this way. But this is something which is there in the computer font, that we can also practice writing in this way. But in general, otherwise, how we write this is basically like this. For example, for bhaktihi, k is written in half like this, and then t. This is how we usually write it. But we can also write it in this way, wherein it will be like similar to this uttaram. That is, the first takara and takara is written, and next is the half ka, or the right side ka, is written. So don't confuse it to be a letter with lakara, la. It is not la, it is the and ka, bhaktihi. So these are some of the special symbols which are used. So make note of that. And similarly, when it is two times the and the, this kind of comes to the category of one below the other. But in this case, the first the is not written in full. And hence, this is a new symbol if you see that way. And this closely resembles our ha, letter ha. So be careful while writing this. If you see this here, you can see the distinctions. What are the differences between the and the combination and ha? So there's no loop completing like this, and there is one loop which will happen here. So how to write it? This is how we write it, uddeshaha. So make note of this. Okay, this is something which we might miss, and while reading we may make some mistakes. So I didn't read these, I guess. Raktam suktihi, the uddeshaha, maddeha. So this is how we pronounce these. Hope we have completed all the categories of Samyuktaksharams. Though for Prathama exam, this classification, etc. is not there. I have introduced this for our own understanding, so that we have understood and we will be able to master the concept of Samyuktaksharam. For Prathama exam, of course, what is a Samyuktaksharam? There will be a definition that you will have to know, and then a few examples of Samyuktaksharam and how to read them. So this is what is there as per the syllabus of Prathama. But these classification, etc., is for our own understanding and making these concepts stronger. Hope these are clear so far. We will quickly see a small check. First, we will read a few more. So next one is again similar to that. So read these.
The, ya, the, vidya, vaidyaha.
Yeah, vidya. There is no mahaprana again. It is the, ya,
vidya, vaidyaha.
Very good. So here again, dakara you can see here. The is there in the first portion of it, and then similar to, if you remember how we were writing here, hakara and yakara. If you remember in the previous class where we had seen, we wrote her like this, and here we took this and we used this like this. In a similar fashion, in a similar way, this is again a new symbol which is written the and ya. Okay, so this will be just start like this and then write this. So this is the vidya and vaidya. Okay,
Yeah.
can you read the next one?
Yes. Sh plus sh plus r. Shru. Sorry, shra. Shri, ashru.
Ashru, Shrihi
Yeah.
and Ashru. So here, if you see, two combinations are there. I mean, two peculiarities. One is for shakara. Wherever we write sh, half sh, we write this, right? If you remember.
Yes.
And then for ra, that is repha, it is always the slanting line. So this combination, when it comes together, will be shru. Okay, shru. Basically, then this will become shrihi, etc., and other things like that. Okay, uttamam. So we'll see the last one next. Yeah. So can you read this?
Sh, cha, shcha, nishchayaha, pashchimaha.
Very good. Nishchayaha and pashchimaha. This I wouldn't say it's a very special symbol or a separate symbol, because it is a constitution of both of these. Shakara is written on top, similar to how we have written for Shrihi and Chakara. So there's no much change or new symbolization as such for either for this or for the previous one. But just we have included in this so that we'll be able to know and identify the differences. There are sometimes that you may get confused with this sh and shra. Basically, it looks similar, visually similar symbols. So that is why a more focus is written on this. Okay, now we will come to this. So if you get a chance to say, okay, so sh is basically is this. So whether it is the right side one is the correct way or the left side one is the right Samyuktakshara composition. So go ahead.
Left is correct, sir.
Left
Okay,
is
very
correct.
okay, very good. That is right. For second one,
Here again, left is correct.
okay,
So the right word is correct.
right. The right side is
Oh,
correct.
okay.
Okay, so it is j plus,
No, yeah, yeah, yeah.
right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
this is a confusion most of the times we get even while typing in computer. Okay, but however while writing, since we know gnya is what we want, we will write the letter gnya directly. But when we want to type something on the computer, then this directly the symbol will not be available in
Hmm.
most of the cases. So we'll have to create a combination with using j, that is j, and then next shift j or some other combination for gnya. Okay, very good. For the next one,
So this right one is correct.
okay,
Right one
right,
is correct.
that's right. The left one would be the and the. There is no joining of this, and it will be only one. Okay, that is just a distinction. Okay, next one.
Left is correct.
So into.
So the left is correct.
Okay, that's right. Okay, next one.
First left side is correct, sir.
Right.
Left
Okay.
is correct.
Okay, that is the. Very good. And the last one.
Left
Yes.
is right.
Left is correct. Left is.
Okay, very good. So this was just to check because these are similarly written Sanyuktaksharas, and what is the right combination we will be able to know. Dhanyawadaha. So please make note of this. These are some peculiar cases where we mostly kind of make mistakes and will not be able to notice these subtle aspects while writing the Sanyuktaksharas, and hence this is important.